Hey guys, it's Matthew here once again. And today I ask, has science gone too far? So what we're doing here is playing an elementalist. And I've got a couple of consuming darks. I have some flame blast action. It's just a pretty standard cheese build. But factored in, we have elementalist. So look at how purple everything is. I mean, is that really fair? Is that supposed to be the way it is? I feel like maybe it's got. Oh wait, we haven't actually started the build yet. Okay, there it goes. So now we have a Vaal Molten shell happening with our Elementalist, with our dual consuming darks, on a 4-link, probably about 1x worth of gear in total. And thanks to Scold's OP as fuck helm, this shit happens. Yeah. This isn't new for most, or for a lot of people. Scold's Vaal Molten shell has always been rather strong and OP. What's happened recently though is Elementalist. The Elementalist passives, with dual Chaos conversion to 100% Chaos conversion, plus Whirling Blades, plus your Vaal Molten shell, just creates some absolutely absurd damage, clear speed, and, well, everything. Yeah, this is where we're at. So I'm wearing two 4-links at the moment. My Flame Blast is 4-linked, mostly just there to get you some Vaal Souls. My Vaal Molten Shell is currently 4-linked as well. I don't have any Sacrificial Harvests, I just rely on building up souls from killing rather quickly, which isn't too hard at this point. So what's actually happening with the build is the synergy between Elemental Conflux, the massive amount of damage dealing with Vaal Molten Shell, the trigger from Scolds that allows you to proc Vaal Molten Shell, and the prolif you get from Elementalist. So what we did is we took these 4 points, these two kind of relevant, and what Elemental Conflux does is give you a 20% chance after you kill something to gain a 4-second buff. If you're killing fast enough, it's basically up all the time. Now this 4-second buff gives you Ignite, Shock, and Chill to every one of your attacks, regardless of what element that attack is. That even applies to my fully Chaos, 100% Chaos, massive damage Vaal Molten Shell, and will base the duration and damage of your Ignite, Chill, and Shock off of the Chaos damage from Vaal Molten Shell. On top of that, we have a weaker version of Ellie Prolif, but that's enough to chain to an entire pack and obliterate it. So every time I hit with my Vaal Molten Shell, I get a massive Ignite going off, and which spreads to the entire pack. On top of that, the entire pack is shocked, so that's an extra 50% damage. Scolds just triggers every single time you Whirling Blade, and leaves behind a Vaal Molten Shell, which kills a pack rather easily. And then you use your Vaal Flame Blast, not Vaal, just your Flame Blast to actually trigger the Molten Shell as well, whenever you need heavier single target damage. As another example, I did have this Canyon with vulnerability and I rolled double Beyond on it, just to illustrate how strong the prolif is and the damage from Vaal Molten Shell, even though it's on a 4-link. There goes a boss, by the way. Even though it's on a 4-link at the moment, and I'm leveling gems, and I've basically been mapping for like 2 hours now, since hitting level 65. Now, this would be, I guess, okay, but the problem is Parandus League has really just increased the availability of Scold's helms to the point where you can make a reliable build out of it, and just about everyone can have access to one of these. There goes another boss. I did nearly die there because I haven't really done anything about the character's defenses, by the way. So just about everyone can get Scolds if you really want one. They should be about an Exalt at most, probably about an Exalt at this point. And that does let you just make a Vaal Molten Shell build, which is something you really can't do without a Scolds. Vaal Molten Shell will still do what it does without Scolds. It does some pretty good damage when you take damage, but you don't have any way to really trigger it reliably, which is why you need the Scolds, and which is why it's pretty overpowered in this league, because it's very easy to get. Now, Elementalist only just really enhances the problem of Scolds, rather than doing much else, but Elementalist is actually still really, really strong, and kind of an overlooked mechanic and class, especially by me even, because I had no idea what it did, to be honest, when I first read it. Conflux, when I read it, and tried to understand it. Didn't sound that strong. I didn't really think you'd be prolifing and igniting and shocking based off of whatever damage you're dealing. Since you are, it gives you insane clear speed. Now, it's not the greatest choice for boss fights, like Atziri. You'd have to use something like a writhing jar to maybe help proc it, but even then that gets a bit awkward, bit uncomfortable. But for map clear, Elementalist seems to be a really strong choice right now, especially paired with some Vaal Molten Shell action and Scolds, as you can see here. Ended up clearing this map rather quickly and killing, I don't know how many bosses, like 7, 8. And there's still a long way to go as far as my damage goes and build capability. Should be able to hit as much life as I want. I can get to 200% on this tree. It's completely non-crit. Really opens it up to you guys to build however you want. The main thing is Scolds and Vaal Molten Shell as an Elementalist. And lastly, I will add, where do we draw the line? I mean, look at this. Tell me that's okay. That's just so fucking awesome. With the combination of Scolds and Carcass Jack, thanks to extra gore, you can bleed out in someone's hideout really as much as you want, till your heart contents, until you run out of blood. We'll say thank you to Sharper, and it is entirely him who gave me this idea and entire build composition. I had no idea what the Elementalist did, so here it is. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you next time.